Hello all, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to have a look about the stimulus package which is given by the government of India, announced by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, which is called as Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which has been given as a stimulus package for this current crisis of the pandemic situation. As Narendra Modi ji, the Honorable Prime Minister, has announced a special economic package of worth rupees 20 lakh crores, which is a 10 percentage of the GDP being given as the stimulus package. This has the aim to bring the country with the global supply chain competition and to empower the poor, laborers, and the migrants who are highly affected in this COVID situation. So, these are all the various reforms that are being given in this Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. The relief package of 20 lakh crores, which is about the 10 percentage of GDP, is mainly focusing on land, labor, liquidity, and various law amendments. So, this will have the five pillars of self-reliant India economy, which will bring an incremental change, infrastructure to provide a representation in the modern India system, the technological enhancement, demography, the demographical largest democracy, demand for the utilization of the power of demand as well as the supply. So, in this Bharat Abhiyan, which is also going to cater the laborers, middle class, cottage industries, MSMEs, and the industries, various industries. This will have the various reform measures in the areas of supply chain reforms for the agriculture, rational tax system, simple and clear laws, and the capable human resource and bringing strong financial system. Let us now see various policy highlights. The first is increasing the borrowing limits for the state. So the borrowing limits are being increased from 3 to 5 percentage of the state gross domestic product in the coming financial year 2020-21. This will enhance the extra resource up to rupees 4.25 lakh crores and bring the increase in the state GDP up to 3.5 percentage and have the reforms of the universalization of one ration card, and this will make better business on power distribution unit and urban local body revenues. The second is the privatization of the public enterprise. As today we have been seeing in various sectors, privatization has got a major role, and this also has been a policy change in this economic package. New public sector enterprise will be announced with the plans of new private sector public sector enterprise, as this will provide public private partnerships and the strategic sectors where one of the public sector enterprise will remain but others will be having the private enterprises allowed. So, one among the four enterprise will be privatized, as in the recent times we are seeing the railways going to be privatized very soon. Financial highlights has brought in the various areas, especially in the micro, small, medium enterprise sector. The first one is the collateral free loans for the business that has been offered. So all business will be provided up to free collateral loans, automatic loans up to 3 lakh crore rupees, and this will have the MSMEs to borrow up to 20% on their entire outstanding credit as on February 2020 from the banks as well as the non-banking financial corporations. The borrowers can have up to 25 crores and 100 crore turnover to be eligible for the loans in this scheme, which will be eligible for up to 31st October 2020. The interest on loan shall be capped and 100% credit guarantee on the principal will be given and the interest will be given to the banks and non-banking financial corporations. And the corpus funds for the MSMEs has been given also, the fund with corpus of 10,000 crores to set up new MSMEs, and equity funding for this MSME will provide a growth and viability of rupees 50,000 crores is being expected for this fund structure of equity funding. Next, the subordinate debts for the MSMEs. The schemes will provide the MSMEs which are having more NPAs, non-performing assets, where in this scheme, the MSME will be given the debts from the banks, which will again provide them to fund for their equity investment. Government will facilitate rupees 20,000 crores to subordinate the various debts of the MSMEs, and this will be provided through rupees 44,000 crores as credit guaranteed fund trust for the micro small medium enterprise, and this will also provide a partial credit guarantee support to the bank ensuring the credits. Next, the various schemes under this NBFCs, non-banking financial corporations, where they have announced a special liquidity schemes of rupees 30,000 crores of investment that will be made by the government in both primary and secondary market transactions in the investment grade and debt paper of non-banking financial companies as well as housing finance companies and microfinance institutions. So this will have the investment of 30,000 crores, and then the central government shall provide almost up to 100% guarantee for these securities, and the existing partial credit guarantee schemes shall be extended to have the safeguard of the NBFCs through the borrowings both in the primary issue of bonds and commercial papers, and this will have the liability side in the balance sheets, and the first 20% of loss will be borne by the central government itself, and the Pradhamar central government schemes, prime central government schemes will facilitate a liquidity worth of rupees 45,000 crores for the NBFCs. Next is the Employee Provident Fund, where under this Prime Minister's Garib Kalyan Yojana, the government shall pay 12% of the employer and 12% of the employee contribution. Both they are undertaking into the EPF accounts of eligible establishments as from for the March, April as well as May. And also this shall be continued until August, and this will provide a liquidity relief to 2,500 crores to the business as well as the workers. Next, the statutory provident fund contribution. So this statutory provident fund contribution has been also reduced from 12% to 10% in all the establishments by the Employee Provident Fund organization for the next 3 months. This will provide the application to workers who are not eligible for 24% EPF support, which is under this Garib Kalyan Yojana package. However, the central public service sector enterprise and the state public sector units will contribute 12% as employer contribution. Next, coming to the street vendors, a special scheme has been introduced with the facility to access of credit within a month for the street vendors. Under various schemes, the bank is offering a credit to provide the vendors on working capital up to rupees 10,000, and this will enhance the liquidity almost up to 5,000 crores. Next, the various expedient payments of dues. The payments of dues from to the MSMEs from the government shall be released within the 45 days. When the insolvency is there in the MSMEs, the special resolution framework has been there taken care and under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, disallowing global tenders, which will protect the Indian MSMEs competition from the foreign companies, and global tender up to rupees 200 crore will not be allowed in the government procurement tenders. And there is a reduction in this TDS and TCS, tax deducted at source and tax collected at source. The rates of tax deducted at source for the non-salaried specific payments and the residents and the tax collected at source has been reduced by 25% from the existing rates. This will be implemented from May 14, 2020 to the next year financial year March 31st, 2021. This will have the provision of liquidity of rupees 5,000 crores. Next is the ease of doing business for the corporates. Direct listings, the listing in the stock market by the Indian public companies in permissible foreign jurisdictions shall be allowed, and the private companies which list non-convertible debentures on the stock exchange will not be considered by this listed companies. So this non-convertible debentures, which are debt instrument and have the fixed tenure issued by the companies to raise funds for the business purpose. But this convertible debentures or the non-convertible debentures cannot be converted into equity shares for the issuing company in the near future. There are various legislative highlights, especially in the MSME sector. A definition has been revamped in this crisis and put forth in as definition change. The definition of the micro small medium enterprise has been amended in this act, which is Micro Small Medium Enterprise Development Act 2006. According to this definition, the investment limit will be increased. The previous limit was rupees 25 lakhs, which will be increased to rupees 1 crore for micro enterprise, and from 5 crores to 10 crores for small enterprise and 10 crores to 20 crores for medium enterprise. This will have a various important turnover for the micro small medium enterprise up to 5 crore, the limit of 5 crore, 50 crore and 100 crores. So the current distinction will be made separately to the manufacturing units and service units to provide the different investment limits under each category will be removed. And there is an initiation towards the insolvency proceedings. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 has been amended, which will provide the minimum threshold limit to initiate the insolvency proceedings, which is being increased from 1 lakh to 1 crore rupees. There is a suspension of fresh initiation of insolvency proceedings up to 1 year, depending on the pandemic situation. This will have the COVID-19 debt will be excluded from the definition of the default under the code for triggering insolvency proceedings. The various amendments, Companies Act has been amended in the year 2013. Under this economic package, an amendment also has been made again in this Companies Act 2013. So this will have certain offences under the Companies Act 2013 will be decriminalized. So these will have the minor technical procedures which are having the shortcomings in the corporate social responsibility reportings and inadequacies in the board reports and filling defaults in the annual general meeting. Various offences will be shifted to the internal adjudication mechanism. This will have the provisions in the Companies Act and continue to apply to the producer companies. This provisions has also been included in the Companies Act 2013 in where the company's National Company Law Appellate Tribunal has been granted powers to create additional benches on the default companies by the small companies, 1% companies, producer companies, and startups will be subject to lower penalties. On the whole, this is the overall stimulus package that has been announced. The first measure has been given around rupees 5,94,550 crores. Then the second part, which will have 3,10,000 crores. The third part will have 1,50,000 crores. And then the fourth and fifth part will consist of 48,100 crores, which is the total of 11,02,650 crores. And earlier measures that has been given in this Prime Minister Garib Kalyan Yojana that has been given around 1,92,800 and various RBI measures also been given about 8,01,603 crore rupees, which is the total of 9,94,403 crores, and the total of the five parts as well as the previous will be given as the 20,97,053 crores. Once again, I thank you for patiently listening. This Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan has various measures being taken across the sectors, and this shall be continued in the next session. Thank you and kindly like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.